beautiful ladies and gentlemen. How are you feeling today? How are you feeling? For me, I'm back in South Africa. I've got my African dress on. I've got my necklace on. I was so happy to see my husband and my son, but I left a little bit of my heart in New Zealand. I miss those two little grandsons of mine so much. Their butterfly kisses and hugs. And yesterday I spent about 35 minutes with the little one. He is almost 3. And I had to go and trampoline and we had to play hide and seek over the phone. So yes, I want to ask you, how are you feeling? I am so blessed to be here. I've got 2 amazing guests that I cannot wait for you to meet. But first of all, let us get into the moment. Let us get into this power hour session. You can have your eyes open or closed, and you must, if you can take some, I call it Sinet's 4x4 breathing. Let me tell you first, then we will do it. And then in the meditation, I'm going to give you a few words because you are incredible. You are enough. You are amazing. So I'm going to give you a few words, and the words that you feel in your body, yes, you are. You can give yourself an air tick. And the words that you feel, it's not you. You can linger with it, and we're going to talk about that with our session today. So are you ready? 4x4 breathing. Take 4 counts in breath, hold for 4, release on 4 counts, and before you take another breath, you count to 4 again. So are you ready? Like I said, open eye or close eye, but let us be here, present, centered at the moment. Another one in, out. In, out. While your eyes is still closed or open, let me give you the words. So the first word I want to read to you is accomplishment, admirable, amazing, authentic, awesome, beautiful, charming, cheerful, dazzling, confident, creative, dynamic, elegant, exceptional, fabulous, genuine, inspired, joyous, magnificent, playful, prosperous, powerful, radiant, sparkling. And the last word I want to give you is successful. Which of those words you will say, yes, I am? And which of those words doesn't resonate with you? While we take a last breath in and you sigh it out. And if your eyes were closed, you can open it and you can wiggle your fingers together. So, my beautiful ladies and gentlemen, I am so excited, so excited. First of all, before I'm introducing my beautiful guest, I want to thank Angel from the Sean On Show for my 12 gifted episodes and the CEO of E360 TV, Oren Haynes. And this is our eight. Oh, I said seven, but this is our eight. I've got five to go with this one. If anyone wants to sponsor me to continue, I will be so happy. But for now, I want to say thank you to Angel and thank you to Oren. I'm just trying the video. Just hold on. Come on, you can play. There is now up. Oh, wow. I just brought the guest in. So I just want to say thank you so much, my beautiful Jose and my beautiful Mandy, for being here. I am over the moon. I'm over the moon. And I've got wonderful news. No load shedding schedule for South Africa or our environment at the moment. So I don't have to go on to anything else. I can just be myself. I'm a little bit nervous every time I am nervous because I want to make sure that whatever I need and my guests need to bring over to you, that you can receive it. Say yes. We all do this out of love. So first of all, I want to say thank you so much to Jose and Mandy. And I know the show's name is the Law of Relativity. So I just wanted to say that they normally say your glass is half full or empty. Okay. And you will see stuff more negative or your experience more positive. But I actually say your attitude is what matters. Because can I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, and Jose and Mandy, how fast can you change your mindset? It's like this. So if it's something not working, you can change your mindset like this, and you can change it. By changing your mindset, you can have a different outcome. You can have a beautiful outcome. But first of all, you need to be in the present moment. That's important, and you must be aware. So I have had Jose on my power hour with the Diamond Beauties. And Jose, I just want to say, I just told Mandy now, it was the most ladies that looked at your video, our session. It was your video of all the session was the most questions and comments that I received. So there was no two ways. Not only did you impress me the first time I met you, and I'm wearing my African dress because this is the dress that you met me on the 8th of January 2022. Not only have you showed your love for your colleagues, but you are taking so many people into under your wing and show them how amazing. So if you can quickly introduce yourself, and then I want to do a forward before asking Mandy to do her. So Jose, if you can start, thank you so much.
Yes, absolutely. First of all, thank you so much, Annette, for having me here today. I am truly honored and just grateful for the opportunity to present here for your audience and to really add value to the world and creating that global impact is what it's about. You're in South Africa. I'm here in Maryland, right outside of Washington D.C. in the U.S. And Mandy, great to see you, my friend. And she's in Canada. So this is a global thing. We're creating global impact, and I'm just honored to be here. Jose Escobar. I was born in Washington, D.C. I am the first generation here in the U.S. My parents are from Guatemala, Central America. That's where the bloodline is from. I am happily married to my wife, Katie. I have five wonderful children, 15-year-old boy all the way down to a 7-month-old boy and three girls in the middle. I was a sales director for a global martial arts company for many years, and I have since January 1st of this year left the corporate arena. I am a full-time entrepreneur now, scaling two companies. And the first company is called the Entrepreneur's Bookshelf, which is a digital programs company. My flagship product is called the Morning and Evening Routine Mastery Program. And under that company, the Entrepreneur's Bookshelf, I have my coaching business, right, which is the program I just mentioned. And I also have my authorship space. I'm an author. I wrote this book, Winning the Day, An Entrepreneur's Guide to Morning and Evening Routine Mastery. I also co-authored 7 other books. And then the third leg to that is my speaking. I'm a John Maxwell certified coach, speaker, and trainer. So that all falls under that umbrella. And my other company is called the Connected Leaders Academy. I have a growing tribe, a community of entrepreneurs. We are 240 plus members strong in 11 international countries and 36 states across the US. And I also host live events under that company, as well as my branded merchandise, t-shirts, hoodies, coffee mugs, journals, you name it. So I have a lot of moving legs under two companies, and we're just getting started. And I'm just super blessed and excited to be in a circle with amazing leaders like yourselves. So thank you again.
Wow. Thank you so much, my beautiful. And may I tell them what I call you? Can I
Of
tell the
course.
viewers?
Yes, of course.
I call him my silent giant because oh, this is how tall Jose is. And he doesn't say a lot, but his presence make you feel like you're the most important person in the world. And for me, that is for many years to treat people that's in front of you as the most important person in the world. So thank you, Jose. So now I want to go over to Mandy, my beautiful Mandy, a poet, a friend. So, Mandy, you will tell us now a little bit about you, but you can do almost everything. You are amazing, my girl, amazing. So please, I never met you in real life. I could never give you a hug, but I know this is going to happen soon.
It is.
But when I saw you the first time, I really connected with you, and we connected on Facebook.
Mhm.
And it's almost more than a little bit more than 2 years, and it's amazing. So please, Mandy, introduce yourself.
Well, first of all, as with Jose, thank you so much for having me here on your platform with two of my beautiful, great friends that I respect and love and honor deeply, deeply. So I appreciate being here and appreciate being with you because it's all about life. So, yes, I wear many hats, and people say to me, is there anything I don't do? I haven't found anything yet. But you know, when I left my domestic violence and abuse relationship 20 years ago, after 30 years of that, I found my passion, I found my life, I found my why. And I just decided I was going to jump in with every cell in my body, and whatever came in front of me, I would try it, I would do it. So I've tried various instruments in the local bands. I've done lots of photography for the United Way and Multiple Sclerosis Society. I recently received a second award, Canadian Provincial Award, for all the 8 years volunteer work I've done for that society because I just love these beautiful human beings. They're just incredible people. But aside from that, yes, wear many hats. So I'm a distinguished Toastmaster. It took me 7.5 years volunteering to earn that coveted title. It's a very difficult title to attain. And that means coaching, mentoring, teaching leadership and communication skills. I've done it in detention centers. I've done it in big nuclear corporations and other corporations, schools, wherever there's a need for leadership and communication skills. This is what I've done, as well as opening up new clubs and coaching them. Distinguished Toastmaster, I'm a women's empowerment coach. So I have a small business, Triple M Coaching, which is where I help you to take a moment, change your mindset, and move forward. I have my own show on a Wednesday evening, which is based around, I'm now a 4 times best-selling author on Amazon. This book is available on Amazon. And the one that you can't see, it's just off screen, it should be with me this week now. I'm really hoping so. It's Challenge, Rise, Triumph. I can put the link in later because I didn't think to get that. But anyway, so what else have I done? I don't have my bio in front of me. Toastmaster, Distinguished Toastmaster, Empowerment Coach, my own show, which is Catalyst Poetry. So it's based on my life's experiences and how I'm a published professional photographer, published professional poet. So that book consists of life's experiences with the color photography that shows you how they complement each other and how to change your mindset. I've recently been a spokesperson and a co-host for a TV show for an acquaintance of ours for close to 2 years now. It's been quite the ride. I'm very much about stepping outside of the comfort zone. We're just going to get into that because I took Jose's evening and morning routine program, and that was a year ago, and that's been absolutely huge, I kid you not. And I am just absolutely looking for my bio because I thought, oh, here we go. So 2 times Canadian Provincial Award winner. The first one was Leading Women Building Communities Recognition. So that's my outreach for domestic abuse, violence survivors and other women. And I change their lives, change the community, and I raise funds and all kinds of things. So that was for the 2 awards. Best-selling author. I'm a legacy ghostwriter. So I move through time and space continuum to capture a legacy story that is unfinished business while it's in your head. And I put it into magic on paper or in a book. And Jose will speak to that as well. I'm a ballroom Latin dancer, a Shakespeare actress. I have a 13-year-old grandson whom I actually absolutely adore. I have three living children. I lost my son many years ago, and I have 2 older children, and my youngest has my 13-year-old grandson. And talk about height, Jose, David is only 13, and I kid you not, I'm sure he would be equal to your height because he wears a size 12 men's shoe. And he's only 13. Wow. And I have to look up. Do you remember when you introduced yourself to me in the hotel in Philadelphia when we met? And then Jose, and it was like this big giant just beaming down on me. And of course I was bawling because I'd just arrived there and it was all emotional. But it's the same. It's the gentle giant. He doesn't know it, but I call him the gentle giant. And I speak about Jose all the time. I'm like, there's this really tall jiu-jitsu martial artist, tattoos all over his body, giant, beautiful family, and yet he has the heart of a teddy bear.
And I know. And man, he's got golden shoes. You know what?
I've got photographs of the golden shoes.
I just want to acknowledge Evie. Thank you for being here and thank you for your comment. You say I'm looking beautiful. I accepted. Thank you so much. Thank you for being, and thank you for joining the Diamond Beauties last week. We're gonna have an amazing time. You as well on the power hours. So first of all, my most favorite fairy tale is Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz. And she's got that red sparkling shoes.
Yes, she does.
So Jose, can I just say something? Every time I do see a photograph of your golden glittery shoes, my wish is just bringing forth, because that's on my bucket list, to say, Sanette, you got to get your red sparkly shoe. So yes. um, um, I want to say thank you so much for your introduction. And thank you, Evie. Yes, energy. And mainly love energy, because all the world needs is love.
Mhm.
All the world needs is love. So today I am so excited to ask beautiful Jose to tell us a little bit about your morning routine. And I know people call it a 5 a.m. club. I personally have done it since April 2020. After 3 weeks of looking at COVID and think the whole world is going to die, I decided to switch off the TV, to switch off the news, and to change everything about the situation. I could not change the outside situation, but I could change the inside my situation. And then I also saw that excellent morning routine, and I am doing it since then, and it's the best. I cannot just say it's not possible for me to do it every day, but 95% of my days I'm able to do it. So yes, I cannot wait for us to tell you and if I can give it all away, I will. Did I freeze? Jose? Did I
Oh, you were,
freeze? Oh, yes,
yeah,
I
you
did.
were freezing up.
Just a little.
Okay. So, Jose, can you tell us why did you decided to look at the morning routines and evening routines, and why did you decided to do a course on it?
Yes, of course, absolutely. So first of all, before I go into that, I gotta say, I am a huge fan of Catalyst poetry.
Oh,
I just
thank
want to say
you.
that. So if you're watching this today, whether you're live or you're catching a replay, Mandy Robinson's book is stellar. It's an amazing book of poetry with her own pictures in it and some great deep dives on it. And she does a show every Wednesday night, which I jump on as often as I can, but I always catch a replay. So great book. And I just have it here. And I wanted to share that. So,
Bless you. Thank you.
of course. So, anyhow, in terms of your question, so backtracking to 2018, right? 2018 and prior to that, I was average Joe, or in my case, average Jose, right? I was average income, average father, average husband, average health, average everything. And I said, enough is enough. Nothing changes until something changes. And I had to make a change. I had to make a shift in my life to tap into the next level, right? And we all have a next level. I don't care how big you are, how successful you are, how accomplished you are, how many accolades you have, there is still another level. And we never arrive, right? Because it's called a lifelong learning. It's called a continuum. It's a journey, right? It's not a destination. So we are always on that. And in order for you to get to that next level, you have to put yourself in new areas of discomfort. And if you get comfortable, then you have either plateaued or you're about to start going downhill. So the climb is always going to be difficult. So you have to put yourself in strenuous situations in order for something to change for the better. And that's life. And unfortunately, that's the reality, right? We have to be constantly striving towards excellence. And they say how you do anything is how you do everything. And I realized at that time in 2018, how I was doing everything was very comfortable. And I said, something's got to give. So I talked to my wife New Year's Eve with our little, champagne glasses before 2019. And I said, listen, for 2019, the year of 2019, Monday through Friday, January 1st, all the way to December 31st, I'm going to commit to a morning routine and an evening routine. I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. I'm going to go to bed by 10:30, Monday through Friday, religiously, no excuses, zero compromise, 100% discipline with extreme follow through. And I did that for 1 year. Now, so that would you believe that in 1 year, I more than doubled my income. when I decided to apply these principles. I started a business from scratch called Fat Glass Marketing at the time. It was a social media marketing agency. I didn't know how to do it. I just figured it out, rolled my sleeves up and said, so many people say, I haven't launched a business. Bernadette, great to see you. Great to see you. I love Bernadette. She's awesome. So, um, like so many people say, I can't launch this business because I don't have the financial resources for it. Or I can't go to that next level because I don't have the appropriate mentorship or the money to pay for a mentor. Or I don't have the right programs or the right circumstances or the right scenario or environment or supportive family or whatever. It is not about the resources. It is about your ability to be resourceful.
Yep.
And I said, something has to change. So sure enough, I launched the business from scratch that year. I got a raise at my day job. Between those two things alone, I more than doubled my income. I started getting out of debt that year. I lost 36 pounds. I was in the best shape of my life that year. I became a better father, a better husband, not because in my opinion, because that's the feedback that I was getting. I started reading a book a week. So I was reading over 52 books a year. So intellectually, I was on a whole nother level. And there's something called 10 life domains that Michael Hyatt talks about in his book, Your Best Year Ever. It's actually right here. Phenomenal book. So if you've never read this book, I highly advise you read it. It's called Your Best Year Ever by Michael Hyatt. What inspired me to start a morning and evening routine was this book here called The 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharma. And anyhow, so that's why I decided to start a morning and evening routine, because I realized I'm the kind of guy for the longest time, for at least 10 years, that invested well over $100,000 on personal development. I was the guy who was a seat warmer, going to all of these events, warming up the seat, taking copious notes, but never applying anything that I was learning. And information without implementation keeps you at the same level. I'll say it again. Information without implementation keeps you at the very same level. The needle doesn't move until there is a mindset tweak, a mindset shift, a paradigm shift that is going to cause you to implement and execute and take action on the things you're learning, because applied knowledge is power.
That's right.
And once you start applying the knowledge that you're acquiring from the mentors, from the podcasts, from the YouTube videos, from the books you're reading, from the association that you're around, from the journaling, the inspiration that comes out of journaling, and you name it, right? Only then will the appropriate change that you desire happen. And that's what I did. And my life changed. And I said, okay, Jose, note to self, if I can change my life in a year by simply implementing the bookends of your day, is what I like to call it, morning and evening routine. If you look here, this is my morning and evening routine. I have all the details here of what I do, how long it takes me to do it, and I start checking off as I do it, right? Morning routine here, evening routine here, and I am very disciplined and systematic about that process. And anybody can change their life by simply creating automaticity in their life with the appropriate success habits based on how you wake up and how you go to bed, because they're interconnected. And if you can wake up the right way and do the effective things appropriately and go to bed doing effective things that speak to the morning, that's how you create maximum productivity in your day. And that's how you change your life. And because of that, I decided to launch a program. And I said, if I can do this in a year in my own life, let me teach people how to do it in 8 weeks. And that's what I did.
Wow. Can I just say, Jose, I love your diary. I've got the Excel spreadsheet. And when I do my Monarch Butterfly program, that is one of the things that I do give the ladies, my template for my spreadsheet, my what is non-negotiable.
Oh, there you go.
And
You have it. Yeah, same thing.
That's just the copy. That's not the one I actually worked on.
Yeah.
So, and then also, but Jose, I can just say from experience, I don't open my Excel spreadsheet and go and tick off and make sure I have done. I've told myself I'm going to do it, and I kept my promise. Then the Excel spreadsheet is beautiful, but it's not working. But I do love your diary. I know that somebody have designed a diary for you that you could actually pull all those together. So we will also put that after the show. I will go on to 90 battle plan. We will give the details for your book. Your book, the details I've got already. But Mandy, your details and as well as your diary. I'm sure you can buy your diary on Amazon, Jose.
Yes.
Yes.
If
So
they,
we will.
if they get it from me directly, I will sign it and personalize it. They just send me a DM. I'll send them a link. They pay for it. I send them a signed, personalized copy. And then the same thing with my book. There's a website for the book, winningthedaybook.com.
I
And
still haven't had mine. I'm still
yeah,
waiting.
it's yours is already en route. It takes a little over 2 weeks to get to Canada, unfortunately. So I sent that out about a week and a half ago or something. For
Oh,
you.
okay.
Oh, wow. Okay. Now we will definitely then put those links in, Jose, on the YouTube comments. Okay. So before I go further on with you, Jose, I want to ask Mandy. Mandy, why did you decide to, what made you decide to even not do the program with Jose, but to change your morning and evening routine? And then subsequently, you have done the course through Jose as well. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. When I heard 8 weeks of hardcore self-scrutinization with extreme ownership, something in here struck me because I have a lot of the mind training that Jose teaches. And like him, I've spent thousands on courses. I've been with Tony Robbins, Grant Cardone. I've been with all kinds of these people, been to the conferences and everything because I was looking to grow. And that's what I do every day. I'm looking to grow, looking to learn. And like Jose said, the application of knowledge becomes wisdom. That is the wisdom when we apply the learning skills. So something in here, when it said extreme ownership, touched me. And I thought, I want to go higher. I want to change. I felt like I'd not stagnated because I'm always on the go and I've got books coming, books come out the end of my arms. We've got tons of books. And Making Your Best Year Ever, Michael Hyatt, is what I'm also reading right now. It's funny. So I felt like I needed to change something. And I'm all about self-accountability. Everything I do, I challenge it, I ask questions, and I knew that this was going to be it. And I thought, we're talking about relativity, and we know that as we perceive our experiences, that creates our feelings. And feelings are fickle, they come and they go. That's one of my poems, actually. Feelings are fickle, they come and they go. But the truth within is what I must show. And the truth can only come out if we challenge what's already in here and change the perception, to change the feelings, to change the mindset. And this is what helps us to improve our lives. And the key to that, as I've found out so many times, especially in the last 20 years, is to step out of my comfort zone. The second I step out of my comfort zone, something huge changes within me. And the very fact that Jose was speaking about the night before and the next day, it was like, what's this all about? What's this all about? Because I already had my own little routines, but what's this about? So he was teaching to have an ideal setup before you go to bed. So for example, what are we talking to ourselves before we go? What are we saying to ourselves before we go to sleep? Are we setting ourselves up with an evening routine that will take us through our sleep and allow our subconscious to work on it? And then when we wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, which I'm also a part of the 5 a.m. club, have been for 12 months now. Woo! It's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. I do some of my greatest writing at between 5 and 6 in the morning. But anyway, so when you've got that set up to take you into the next day, then your mind wakes up with, okay, this is what I've got to do. This is what I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to ask this question. And it just sets you up. So you go into this routine. And for me, as soon as I open my eyes, it's prayer to God. Thank you for a new day of life. Thank you for bringing me through the night. And I start into meditation and my prayer sequence. And this is even before I do cold showers now as well. When I started this program, I was like, there's no way, Jose, that you're going to get me to take a cold shower. And it's amazing. It just boom, right? It's like jumping in the ocean and careless relent. So that's what this is about for me. The evening and morning routine program gives me this self-scrutiny, and I still have all my notes here, and you can see what I just pulled out there, my books that I often reference, so that I can keep up leveling everything, every thought, every feeling, every action, and how it's going to empower me, not just in the present moment, but everything I'm projecting into the future. So that's why I took Jose up on this evening program, and I've never regretted it, not once. So if anybody's listening, I'm urging you to connect with Jose and start this program. It's 8 weeks. It is strict. It is tough. It is not easy. I'll be upfront with you, but you've got the coaching, you've got the other team members, and everyone's vulnerable and expressing exactly what's going on, so we can help each other and be there for support. It's an amazing program.
Wow. Thank you so much, Mandy. So, Jose, tell us a little bit about the program, and if somebody's friends, how can you tell them? Come on, I love to use this, and I don't know if it's on my or the it, but I love this. If you give me a second, I will say, action, action, take action. Because if you don't take action, you are not going anywhere slowly. Jose?
Yeah, and you're referring to the Connected Leaders Academy as in the other program, correct?
I was actually asking about the morning routine. How can
Oh,
they're still on the fence, and how
okay,
can
yeah.
they join the program?
Yeah, so this is the thing. Again, I go back to nothing changes until something changes, right? If we want to level up, we have to put ourselves in discomfort. And this morning and evening routine mastery program is specifically designed to have you learn all of the moving parts of what high performers do in their mornings and in their evenings. Everybody talks about morning routine. Very few, if any, talk about evening routine. And the evening routine is just as important as the morning, because the most powerful morning routine begins the night before. But if you're going to bed really late, or you're not setting yourself up for success the night before, then the morning is not going to be as effective as it could be. So in this program, I talk about all the moving parts of morning and evening routine. Things like commonplacing, things like visualization, affirmations, hygiene, breath work, prayer, reading, journaling, exercise, nutrition, budgeting. The list goes on. There's 36 plus things that I go into. For example, commonplacing. What is it? Why is it important? And how do I do it? There's 36 pre-recorded modules that you will have lifetime access to, where you get to look at all these moving parts, learn about it, and then apply it. And the application piece is the heavier part of what you're doing, because you're actually learning and you're applying as you go. So by the end of the 8 weeks, people walk out with their own customized morning and evening routine that is custom to your lifestyle, based on your goals, based on your lifestyle, based on what you're looking to achieve. And of course, what do people pay for, right? It is more of a high ticket program. So some people are concerned about price. And I always say, listen, if you're going to pay something, right, and especially if it's high ticket, you want to make sure you're going to get one thing and one thing primarily. And this is what people pay for. People pay for results. So if you want results in your life, you want to move the needle personally and professionally, you will get the results. If you show up 100% of the way and I show up 100% of the way, we already know. I know the program works because it's already changed many, many lives. I know that I know what I'm doing because I've done it in my own life. You know, I went from slightly over 6 figures in the next few months, 7 figures. Stay tuned, right? And it's in a short period of time. Now, how did that happen? Morning and evening routine. It's that simple. Morning and evening routine. It is the success habits that make all the difference in your life. It's not this amazing business plan or having great connections or having great mentors, or no, it's what you do when people are not looking on a consistent basis that is going to determine whether you are successful long term or on a high level. And that's really what it comes down to. So if anybody is out there and they want to learn more about this program, reach out to me. I will offer you a free, no obligation strategy session. We'll sit down, we'll talk for, I don't know, 60 minutes. I'll get a good feel for where you are now with your morning routine, your evening routine. Do you have one? If you do, what does it look like? I will add value to you regardless. And if it makes sense and it's a good fit for you, then we can talk about some kind of an arrangement to make sure it's within your budget, and we can see how we work together. Because what I care about more than income is impact. I'm in the business of changing lives, and that's what I love the most, and that's what brings me the greatest joy.
Wow.
That's
Thank
it.
you so much, Jose. And as Evie said, thank you, Sanette, for introducing these beautiful people to her. So I'm so happy to bring you guys to the world. So for me, I love, but just before I go to bed, I will say to myself, Sanette, did you leave your sparkle in somebody's heart and memory? And I always love to do a tick, or I will silently do a tick with my hand. And my husband will say, did you make a tick again? Did you leave your sparkle? So he really missed me. I was away for 3 months, although he came and visited for 6 weeks in New Zealand. He was so happy to see me. And then in the morning, I will ask myself, Sanette, what value will you bring to yourself? Because important, I've learned self-love and mindfulness saved me and for others. So yes, my beautiful Jose, that's set up for the next day. Because I actually asked God the previous day, can he give me miracles in a beautiful day? I will do my part. I will take my action. And I will leave my I want to say sprinkles, but my sparkles.
Stardust.
Yes, my sparkles, stardust. And then I've got 100 miracles every month that happens to me. So I love, love, love that. So, Mandy, if I can ask you, if you've got an example of one of the things that you really wanted to do, and by changing your mindset, can you tell us? I cannot wait for the viewers to hear your story.
Okay. Okay.
Mandy,
It's coming.
before you go,
I
for
haven't gone
me,
anywhere.
before you telling us, before I've got to
Oh,
say,
okay. Sorry.
I've got to say, it's like a mic drop, but in my language, boom, BOEM.
Shakalaka.
It's like a bomb, a bomb, like sparkles when
Oh, yeah.
pew,
Boom.
bomb, boom, shakalaka. So, boom,
Fireworks. Woo.
shakalaka. Firework. So, Mandy, I cannot wait for you to tell us. Tell us, my
Absolutely.
beautiful one.
Thank you. Yes, this is actually very exciting, and it's one of the most powerful examples I have of how I've changed my mindset. Now, this did happen before I did the evening and morning routine program, because I've been in this position for 10 years. But nonetheless, it illustrates the power of what Jose teaches here and what I also believe in. So Muhammad Ali was the greatest boxer in the world of his time. And he said this: impossible is not a fact, it's an opinion. And he said that when he declared to the world, I am the greatest, right? And he really, I am the greatest. Was that his reality right there and then in that present moment? No, it wasn't. It was not his reality. But he knew, by saying, I am the greatest, he knew that he could already imagine himself as the world champion in the future. So the I am was, he already projected himself as being in that position. It wasn't his reality at the time. He declared it, but the same with Steve Jobs, right? His mind was never captive to his reality. He could step outside of his reality and project into the future his imagination. I am the greatest. And Steve Jobs did the same. So imagining his future reality, but then taking the action to work towards the fulfillment of that. So this is the same thing that happened to me 10 years ago. That was part of the resume that I forgot. I am a
Mandy? Giselle?
Yeah, we can't hear you, Mandy. I can hear you, Sanette.
Okay, perfect. So I think there's something wrong on Mandy's side. So let me just quickly see if I can do something on my side and then see if I can bring her back. Just give me 1 second.
Sure.
Mandy, you there?
Yes, sorry, it didn't
Wow.
show that I disappeared. That was weird. You were still all there. Anyway, okay, so I'm a town crier, and I was appointed the first female town crier in the town of Cobourg, Ontario, Canada. So I'm an ambassador for the town. And I stepped into a role that had been male dominated prior to me. So even if I was deceased or chose not to do this role anymore, I created history on January the 1st, 2015, and it can never, ever be repeated. So go back to the previous year, which was 2014. And I was asked by a friend if I would reach out and apply. And I'm not even interested, right? But that weekend, she's talking to me on a Friday, and the deadline for resume submissions was the Monday at noon. I'd got the weekend, and suddenly this is what happened to me. It was like my creative juices. It was like a divine download. God aligned. This is what he wanted me to do. So I created my resume. So this is my resume. These are all the ribbons and the colors of the town of Cobourg. So let's just go to the side down here. So that is my declaration to the town of Cobourg. I won't read it out because it's too long. But then inside, so there's my hand-painted female town crier from the 1800s. I burnt all the paper so that you could feel as though you were stepping back in time. So that was my complete resume. It's MagTact, I call it, so it's hardbound. And what's the most important point here is, remember, this is just a resume, and I had to go through 4 interviews over a 2-month period. I declared, and this is what I want you to highlight, I declared, I am, there we go, I am Mandy Robinson, your new town crier in the year of our Lord, 2015. I am the greatest, Muhammad Ali. I am Mandy Robinson. I am your town crier. And I took that in on Monday after I'd created. It took me all weekend to create this. I'm not joking. And my daughter looked at it and she said, "You've done that over the weekend?" And I said, "Yeah." She said, "What are you going to do with it?" I said, "It's going into the mayor on Monday." She said, "Do you want to be the town crier?" I said, "Well, what does it say on the front?" So anyway, took it in. The mayor, I go in, there's people at the desk, and I'm just saying, I have a resume for the mayor, but I have to get to work in about 15 minutes. Can I? So everything came to a standstill. There's a lady going, "Oh, we have a lady in the house wants to be the next town crier." And suddenly I was being given pins and paraphernalia. And I'm like, "No, I have to get to work. Can I just see the mayor?" They were all excited because a woman had applied, right? So I went in. I said to the mayor, I said, "Your worship, thank you for having me here this morning. I'm going to present my resume to you, then I have to get to work, and we'll leave it at that." I did it. He was beaming ear to ear. He took the resume. I went to work. And as I got outside the government building, which is Victoria Hall, I patted myself on the back and I was like, "Wow, did you just do that, Mandy?" "Yep, you did." "Great, off to work." I then forgot about it. Literally, other things in life happening. 3 weeks later, I'm at home. Phone goes. It's the mayor. "Good morning, your worship." "Yes, I'm fine, thank you. How are you?" And he says, "We'd like to know if you'd come in for an interview." And at that point, I'm like, an interview? And he said, "Yeah, you do still want to be the town crier?" I said, "Oh, right, my resume." So I went through 4 interviews, right? And then at the very end, it was the end of November, and I had to keep it a secret. When I found out that I was the new town crier, I wanted to scream it from the rooftops. I was so excited. And of course, part of this, just very briefly, right? His Worship Mayor Brockanier had stated, you will have big shoes to fill. And this is what I said. With the greatest respect, you'll attempt to fill those shoes. The town crier who graced those shoes created his own character, brought a unique demonstration of his own love and passion for the town of Coburg, and I do not believe that this town could ever find another Tom Macmillan to fill his shoes. What I do believe is that as your next town crier, I will create my own unique character, walk in my own unique shoes, bringing me new energy and passion to my role. As a 25-year citizen of Coburg, photographer who has shot this town from the inside out, volunteering on all walks of life, Coburg life, for that same amount of time, my finger is on the pulse of this community. I dance to the rhythm of its beat. I live within its core. And so they asked me what I was going to do. So I'd even sketched gowns like 3 months before. I'm sitting at home sketching ballroom gowns. So all my outfits are custom made. They are uniquely designed by myself. There are no others on the planet. So when I told them this is what I was going to be, but what, you know, a man takes his hat off and he bows. I said, well, in the 1800s, a woman never showed her hair and she curtsied. So it's difficult to curtsy wearing pants. I will be in ballroom gowns. And that is how I came to be the town crier. So again, back to Muhammad Ali, in the present moment, which was not the reality, I am the greatest. He became, through action, consistent, disciplined, committed action, he became the world champion. And I declared, I am your new town crier of 2015. And remember, I was in 2014 when I said this. And I took committed, disciplined, consistent action to get to that point. So just to finish on that, William Blake says, what is now proven was once only imagined. The power of the brain is infinitely colossal. It can change just at the drop of a hat, and it can project your life forward when you let your imagination run wild and you stop at nothing to fulfill your passions. That's when life becomes magical. That's when life changes, and that's when you continue to grow and learn and keep leveling up. Thank you for that.
Wow, thank you so much, Mandy. So, viewers, my beautiful ladies and gentlemen, will you permit me to say, boom, shakalaka.
Boom, shakalaka.
I want to say thank you to Jose for bringing us your sparkle, your beautifulness, and the way that you're helping others. Because I believe through helping others, we are not uplifting just them. We are here to serve, and we are lifting ourselves up. Mandy, my beautiful Mandy, thank you for being here. I would like you to have a dance with me.
Right now?
My beautiful Jennifer have written this song for me, Cover the World with Love, with all my wedding sprinkles, fairy dust, hugs and kisses, walking on sunshine. So I just want to say thank you for being here. And my beautiful ladies and gentlemen, start with a morning and evening routine. You
Yes.
will never be disappointed in yourself, because ultimately you can only blame yourself or make yourself happy.
We are
I
the
love
creators
you.
of our destiny.
That is it.
What's
Thank you so much. Here we go.
you want me to dance? Oh my gosh.
I have no standing room here.
It's okay. I will dance for you, Josiah.
Butterflies to oh, there's magic in that flight. Sprinkle me with fairy dust. Watch me take to the sky. dancing, soaring high above. Sprinkle me with fairy dust and cover me with love.
Oh, there my necklace broke.
Give yourself a boost, dear
Only on live television, right?
Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank
Give
you.
yourself some
Love.
Bye.
Hugs. Have a great weekend. Thank you, Sunny. Good to see you, Jose. Let's connect. Namaste.
Grab